Hello, welcome to another Combined Operations review video. I'm Matt, and today we're going to be looking at Northstar Miniatures and Osprey Games' new products for Frostgrave, which is the new expansion into the breeding pits. So we have the new book. It's awesome. I've had a flick through. So, don't know if you're aware, people out there, they ran a Gnickstarter, which is their version of a Kickstarter, which is just a pre-order system, and the more money they raise pre-ordering, the more sort of freebies they give you with your pledges. Here I've got the level 4 pledge, which was about £74, and pretty much got everything new, minus a couple of little bits. So what we'll do is we'll have a little look and show you through some of the bits. So this is the new Into the Breeding Pits book. Basically, with the new expansion, it's all set underground, so certain powerful spells like Leap are no longer applicable. You can't use it if you're playing in a dungeon set underground. And there's a few other rules with getting off the table. There has to be an exit or an entrance, depending on how you want to play it, whether you want to play your table as a large cavern or whether you want to play it as actually one sort of room. So that does change things a lot in the game, and there's some new types of fighters. There's a new wizard class, although it works a little bit differently than the other wizards. New spells, there's some reactive spells, which is cool, so you can actually counter-attack or counter certain things with certain wizards. New rules for traps. The artwork's awesome, as in all the other books. A bit of a teaser for the next expansion in November, but I don't want to spoil the book for you, but there's a lot of new enemies. There's a new encounter table, which features the gnolls quite heavily, which we'll get to in a minute. New treasures, new scenarios, and they've done an absolutely fantastic job with the new book. Just right up there with the Thor of the Lich Lord book. A little less sort of scenario, sort of story based, but more. I think there's a bit more content perhaps in it overall. That's one page longer than the Thor of the Lich Lord book, but an excellent addition to Frostgrave. So that's the first item from the box that I received yesterday. So the main part of the Gnickstarter was the new gnolls as a warband / group of enemies. So this is the new plastic Null Box Set, and I've had a little bit of a play around with it last night, just have a little look at the parts and the components, and I have to say it's my favourite of all the box sets so far. It's just because it looks so cool, I think, rather than it being any particularly better in terms of components. But you get 4 of these sprues here, just like in the cultist and the warrior box set, with a variety of weapon options. You've got bows, crossbows, two-handed weapons, swords, shields, axes, etc, etc. 10 different heads, so you've got a lot of variety with the heads, and you've got the 5 different body types as well. They're just so, you can do so much with them. You can create most of the troop types in the game that you'll need. So they've done a fantastic job with the sprues, and it's just been so fun to build. So this is my attempt at just playing around with a few of the models last night. So we've just got an archer, crossbowman, we've got treasure hunter, a two-handed weapon fighter. I can't remember which one's which now, whether it's the man at arms or the infantryman, whichever one. And then the other one here as well with his little morning star. So really impressed with the kits. Love the archer with the bow knocked as well. Just lovely little models. And if they won an award for the basic troop kit, then this one should be right up there with it, and I can't wait to see what their next plastic kit is as well. So 20 models in the box. I think it retails a little bit more expensive than the other two. I think it comes in at £22 rather than £20 like the other two sets are, but definitely worth it. Absolutely worth it. The models probably are a little bit bigger in scale, but that's, I guess, just because of the way they actually are. So yeah, absolutely lovely kits. So just giving you a little bit of a close-up now, just on the sprue itself. I know we talked about it a second ago, but just to give you a bit more of an idea of the components. So you've got the different bodies just up the top here. So 5 different bodies. You've got the 2 at the end, which you can mix and match the tops of the bodies with, so it gives you a little bit more variety. Moving down, you've got some of the weapon options. You've got some daggers on both arms. You've got the shields, sheathed sword, sheathed axe, little extra bones and pouches and things. Same on this side, the arms for the shields. You've got one of the bows. Then you've got the 10 heads, and the heads, probably won't be able to see it on this video, but the detail on them is fantastic. You've got one guy with his eye patch, a couple of guys with hoods over their heads. One guy's got a scar across his eye, I think. I can't remember which one it is, one of the ones over this side. But some lovely detailing on the head sculpts. Large axe, you've got another bow, you've got your crossbow, your great sword, which is quality. Definitely going to build one with that. And then at the bottom you've got a spear, which is new. I was checking to see if the spears had any rules yet, but the closest they've got is javelins, and I don't think that's really a javelin, so I guess it just counts as a 2-handed weapon. Then you've got your swords and your axe and your Morningstar. So yeah, lovely sprue, and I hope the camera shows off as much detail as possible, but really do, fans of Frostgrave should definitely get themselves some of these. So the next few models I'm going to show you are the new wizards with the Into the Reading Pit set. They've released 2 alternate sculpts for the Elementalist and Apprentice Mark II, the Soothsayer and Apprentice Mark II. One of my favourite wizard models that they've done so far is this new Soothsayer. I say one because my favourite is the other newest one, which is the Beastcrafter and Apprentice. So the Beastcrafter, I said before, doesn't work the same way as the other wizards. Basically, to become a Beastcrafter, you level up and you have to have the Brew Potion spell and a certain item that you can gain into the Breeding Pits expansion. Once you have that item, you can start making a potion that allows you to become a Beastcrafter. As you become a Beastcrafter, your wizard becomes more beast-like, and your apprentice, because he drinks as well, because you force it down his throat. So that gives you access to the Beastcrafter spells and also a few extra traits. What it does mean is that hiring mercenaries becomes more expensive because they're less trustful of you because you start looking like an animal. But your wizard becomes stronger, faster, potentially. You get to pick certain traits, and you get access to the cool spells like controlling animals easier and stuff like that. Also gives you access to summon different creatures with the summon creature spell. So it suits some wizard types better than others, but definitely want to aim once we start our campaign to get one of these guys on the table and hopefully try them out. But this Soothsayer model is awesome. The staff detail is excellent on it. I think Paul is already going to take that one off me. So, 2 more models to show you now. These are the 2 new warrior, fighter, mercenary types in the game. We have got, if I can remember the right order, the Trap Expert, which helps with the new trap rules. So you're more likely to spring a trap on an opponent. And you've got the Pit Tunnel Fighter, something like that, and he helps with the new Secret Passage special rules, but also he's pretty decent in game as well because he's got 2 hand weapons and a couple other special rules, I believe. That might just be the Secret Passage special rules, but basically with the Secret Passage rules they help you get around dungeon maps quicker and faster without worrying about the intervening terrain so much. So again, 2 of the coolest mercenary models they've made so far, especially the Tunnel Fighter. I'm going to have to find space for him in my warband somewhere. Okay, so next set we have the 8 Null metal models that we got in the set. There is a Null Warchief model available as well, but that didn't come with the Gnickstarter. I'm going to start over here. So here, this is one of the sets that you can get. This is the Null Apothecary and Null Marksman. His crossbow's in 2 pieces there. Haven't actually built any of these yet. So this is straight out of the packet. Again, awesome looking models. Haven't really used an Apothecary in game yet, so it'll be interesting to see whether I start to. Now I've got a cool Null model for it. And you've got the Marksman there as well. Second set you've got the Null Barbarian and the Null Thief. So again, thieves regularly use those. The Barbarian's cool, he's got just a massive bone club. Bit weighty, he will fall over as soon as I move him. So need to get the basing right on that guy. Over here another 2-piece model, second 2-piece model, the only other one is the Marksman. This is the Null Tracker. Not sure about the rules on him yet, but he's got a cool staff. Yeah, that's pretty much him. With him, you get one of the War Hyenas, which is awesome. Knolls are hyena people, so that's really cool. I really like the hyenas actually. I think I prefer them to the dog models that they do. Finally, you've got the Null Templar and the Null Knight. I think that's the right round. Again, the Null Knight just has a bit of metal on his base that needs to be cut off, so he's a bit wobbly at the moment, but the Null Templar is awesome. Just a massively armoured brute with a giant axe. Really looking forward to getting him on the table. So he's going to kick some ass. So final thing that we got, or one of the, there's actually one more thing, but that's not, it's not as big as the models. Final models that we got with the set. And these are the freebies that were unlocked over the short sort of pre-order campaign that they do. So we got 3 giant rats, which feature in one of the scenarios. We've got another War Hyena, again features in one of the scenarios. Beautiful little rat models. I really like these. I really want to get some more actually. Just have a little swarm of rats. I always played Skaven in Warhammer, so just brings back fond memories. Fond memories. So these are awesome. And again, the hyena's pretty cool. I think the other one's probably better sculpt, but still, nice looking models. Some of the oddest models that we got in the box, but possibly the most hilarious things I've ever seen, are the Violent Fungus. Funguses.
Fungi.
They're not fun guys, they're violent. So they're just brilliant. They're brilliant sculpts. I love them. So much character in them as well. Even my girlfriend saw these and went, I want them. And I was just like, no, get your hands off. So if these go missing, I know exactly who's got them. But really cool, and they'll crop up in, so I think one of the scenarios they crop up in, and also on the random encounter table. And they're quite nasty if you get close to them. They can poison your characters and stuff. So that seems to be a feature of the new book, poisoning. Which is really annoying because in the original book there was rules for wounded, but they were optional. Basically, if you get wounded, you go down to 1 action point for each of your characters. In this, or with some of the bad guys in the new book, wounded, they cause that automatically if they wound you, so you're then wounded for the rest of the game until you get healed. So that's quite annoying. I'm not sure if these guys do it, but I'm pretty sure they do. And then the very last model we have is the preview model from the next expansion, which is coming out in November, and this is the Barbarian Chief model. So this is from the Forbidden Packs expansion due out in November, so it's a little preview for a little thank you model for pre-ordering. You only got this in the level 4 or above Gnickstarter orders, so that's an awesome model. Just use it to represent a barbarian or on the table or something else. So that's that. Right, the last thing we got in the box, one of the coolest things, although I don't know how much I'll use it because I don't want to ruin it and I don't have any more, is the Frostgrave Wizard Sheet. And basically this is just your normal character sheets, which many people probably printed off or found in more interesting ways of doing, but it's just all on one little sheet. It's all there in front of you, super easy. You've got all your spells, you've got all your characters, no flicking through multiple pages, and then again on the back you've got your quick reference guide. So it's a really helpful little sheet, but I just don't want to ruin it by drawing all over it. because I'm one of those anal people that don't like damaging the things that they buy. So I'm not sure if I'll use it or just keep it and hide it away in a box and forget about it, which is probably the more likely thing that will happen. But I can imagine this being super useful for people, especially in a campaign. If I start a campaign, I might use it and just commit to using it. But it's a really cool idea, and if you can buy more, I'll probably invest in a few more so that all my friends can have one as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so that was the final thing in my box, apart from my tea bag, because I bought it from the dice bag lady and she always puts in a little treat. So I'll be enjoying my cup of tea soon while playing a game of Frostgrave. Okay, so there you have it, guys. That's our look at the Frostgrave Gnickstarter 2016. I don't know if they're doing another one for the Forbidden Packs expansion in November. If they do, I'll be jumping in on that as well, so I'll be bringing you previews of that. So hopefully this is showing you what awesome models that Northstar are producing for the game. I really do think they've raised their game with the stuff they're producing. A lot of the other models have been okay. They've been fine for the game, and they suit the theme, the sort of the thematic sort of side of the game. But I think a lot of people do use their own models or go out and look elsewhere for the models. So it's cool to see that they're up in their game a bit, especially with the plastic kits. I think honestly the plastic kits are some of the best plastic kits out there for the price. Definitely for the value. And they're just awesome looking. So gonna have another read of this and then hopefully get a game in later today. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to our channel. Check us out on Facebook, the Combined Operations Podcast, where we focus on historical gaming and other kinds of gaming, mainly with me. So yeah, come and watch us idiots talk crap basically. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.